Hello everyone, welcome to Somnium Space. You can see that we just starting the night over here, looking in this marina to the wonderful reflection of the moon on the lake. You can see that the picture that I was tweeting just a few minutes where there was the sunset. You can see that it's already gone. You can see the lighthouse over there. And well, actually not much more because, well, it's night, so you're not supposed to see that much. This time we are going to do something a little bit differently, well, as sort of as became our tradition. So this time, unfortunately, my co-host Andy will not be able to join us because he got a little bit injured. So it's nothing serious, but yeah, he needs to rest. So it's going to be me, but I found you for a co-host. But the co-host currently disconnected. So I know that she's having a little bit issues with her connection. So hopefully she will be able to join us soon. And before that happens, it's going to be just me. So you have to hang on, and yeah, just do it, Artific. So here, maybe if let's first put into the browser the person that's going to join us. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everyone. Hello, first viewers. You can feel free to say hi into chat, so I know who you are. If you can't, that's probably because you are not registered on Twitch, so you can easily fix that. Because it's always nice to say hi. I will know that it's not just me talking to nothing. It's actually people over there. So the person that's going to join us, and she's already there. Hello.
Hello, how's my sound right now?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. We are live. Everyone can hear you. So
Good.
that's perfect. And I actually just put your profile on the browser, so people hello, long live key family. It's awesome. Always good to get some interaction over there in the comment section. So maybe if let's start with you a little bit, so people know who you are, and yeah, where are you coming from? So just some short intro.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm coming from Canada. So I'm calling from Canada, and I am head marketer of a group called Not Art Club currently. And that's a collective of artists. And we've been trying really hard to build our community and promote a first NFT. It's been a experience for all of us to coordinate this marketing for this big project that involves 100 people. But I learned that I have a lot of marketing experience from marketing myself that came in handy.
Yeah, that's cool, and it's going to come handy today as well, because I would like to talk about how to actually market yourself as artist in NFT space, how to build a community, how to build a brand, because we always talk about how it's important to do it. So everyone is like, okay, cool, but how to do it? So today is your lucky day. We're going to talk about that. So maybe if, uh, when did you started well, when did you start to market yourself?
I started marketing myself as an artist pretty young. I sold my first painting when I was 10 years old, but I went on a break for a long time. That was a long time before social media. And that was before I had to make a bunch of accounts and decide what my brand was. So let's say that I've been a full-time artist for the past 10 years.
Oh, that's some experience. Yeah, for I was in this like for 3 months, so So you have a little bit more experience than I do. So
I think
far, yeah.
NFTs inspired so many new people to get into art, which is why this is such valuable information for everyone to hear right now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think everyone, especially like when I remember myself, so I came to the space, I heard about like there are some NFTs, something going on. A lot of big names are actually saying, yeah, this is a good idea. People are selling stuff for millions. So yeah, well, there are for sure people that think that it's a good idea to buy it and to make it. A lot of people are coming to the space. Apparently, Twitter, for some mysterious reason, is the social network to be in, which probably doesn't make much sense to most of the artists, especially in the visual part. And then I came to the space and I was like, okay, so what am I supposed to do?
Exactly. And I think it was sold through a lot of videos, instructional videos on how to make your NFT, that it was a new booming marketplace. And I think we got lucky while some gas prices were cheap or while markets were changing. And now a lot of people are getting discouraged because they're realizing that it takes a lot of interaction on Facebook and Twitter and Reddit or wherever else you like to market.
Yeah, yeah, and I think like a lot of people just look at it as like I am an artist and I should do art, and like other people should worry about
I know.
how to do the marketing and sell the thing and so on. It's not my thing. So do you think it's a right approach, or how do you look at it?
I would love that approach. If I had the money to pay someone to market me, I wouldn't be marketing other people all the time. Sometimes, I have had to market myself in a lot of different ways, and I've moved with a lot of different markets from the gig economy to working. You get paid to go someplace and do art, or the commission economy where you get paid to work and make something specific for someone. And now the NFT economy, which is kind of like the old school gallery economy.
Hmm.
You put your art up, you put your heart into it, and you just hope that someone buys your heart out there. But I don't see a lot of people putting their heart into the descriptions or their social media.
Yeah,
So I don't know how to read it.
yeah, yeah. And actually, how I look at it is that like since like mankind started to do something and work together, then it was always that like people were sort of like businessmen, right? Even in the old tribe, they had some role, and they were part of the group, but they were sort of like building their, like I'm good hunter, or I can create a wheel, or I don't know, just something, just artisans, artists, artists, maybe not so much, just a couple of people, but just doing something, doing their craft and building their brand and sort of
Yes,
being a businessman, not many people were actually employed, right?
yes, and I mean, like one day when we're really good at our social media, we'll get someone to handle our Twitter posts, or we'll get someone to handle our scheduling or something if we're lucky. But usually, it's just us visual artists trying to show you our art. And I like to say that you never ever see art because someone made it. You see art because someone made you see it. Someone put it in front of you, and they had to work to put it in front of you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, artists are they this is one thing. This is one idea.
Yeah, I don't know if I know if you are saying something, or because it seems more like I lost you for a second. I know
We don't
that.
like that, which is a market. So you're a business. So it's nice to let go of that and think of yourself as how you would market a business. Maybe think of yourself as someone else and how you'd market someone else. We're all good at helping other people.
Ah, yeah, that's good reversal. Yeah, I like it. It can, yeah, yeah, because yeah, it's sort of weird, but it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
So what do you think goes into your brand? What do you like to put into your brand?
Yeah, yeah. Like when I started, uh, I I was actually like struggling like so much because
Hmm.
before like I had Facebook account that I deleted, then I created it so I am able to talk to like a dozen people in US that I met there when I was there on vacation, and that
Oh
was
yeah.
like my whole social network like experience. I didn't even have a photo or anything there. It's just messaging too for me.
You do a
And
very practical use of Facebook, hey.
yeah, yeah,
But you know what? That experience could do you well. I mean, you weren't in the NFT space and you weren't trying to market your art. So you know exactly what it's like scrolling through Facebook. You know exactly how many things you ignore while you're throwing scrolling through Facebook. And I want you to think about this for a second. Um, Say you see some ad come up and it kind of looks interesting, but not enough to click on or even stop scrolling.
yeah,
You'll see that ad another 7 times before you stop scrolling or click, which means that we need to shout our art out there. We need to shout it more than 7 times so that someone sees it more than 7 times before they actually go in and buy.
yeah, yeah. And I think it's like people sometimes get idea that if the artist is like the big one, has a big following, then it's easy for them.
Yeah.
But when I talk to these artists that have, I don't know, like 4,000 followers on Twitter and like dozens of thousands of followers on Instagram because they usually came from there, they still it still takes like weeks to actually sell the
Yeah,
artworks that they create, and they are not like super expensive or anything like that.
exactly. One thing that we can always think about, and I like to think about it not as a discouraging thing, but as an empowering thing, just to remind yourself that you're not annoying your audience. Your audience doesn't see half the stuff you post. So while you feel like you've posted it several times, they've really only saw it once or twice. So your Instagram, for instance, I think I know the numbers for that is like 10%. They like to show your post to 10% of people on your following when you first post it up. And depending on what that 10% do with it, it'll show it to the rest. So, 4,000 people, you're not showing it to 4,000 people. You're actually just showing it to a very small subsection of your following. And chances are it's the ones who interact with you the most. And
Yeah,
most of those people are artists on my Twitter.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, and some
actually,
of artists are awesome, but you're trying to contact collectors and
yeah,
you're
they will
trying to
not
get
buy.
bigger
Yeah.
sales, and that's why we're all trying to sell out here.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's also another maybe a little bit confusing thing because sometimes you post something and you can have I don't know 100 likes or and 20 comments like this is awesome, this is beautiful, and different retweets, and no one actually buys it. So then you are like, okay, what the heck is that? If they like it, why are they not buying it? And I think it's coming to what you are saying, that
Hmm.
most of the like probably most of the people that you have in the group, if you are not going out there and trying to actively get the collectors and other people coming to the community to buy,
Yeah,
uh, just artists that are actually trying to do the same thing, and they like inspiration, so they are looking at different things. They maybe like what you are doing, but they not really have the money or the mindset to buy from other artists.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And also what you were saying about showing it to the following. Actually, on Twitter, you can just click the analytics and you can see how many impressions you have on different posts. So,
You can. You
so
can.
yes,
Pardon?
yeah, you can. you can do that, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, it's just right there on the side, on the left. Actually, that might only be if you have a business account. If that right there on the right for your analytics, that's always nice too, to set up a Twitter business account. It's free. It just allows you to make ads, which I don't even do. I just go with authentic storytelling.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So one thing I'm noticing in crypto NFT spaces, I haven't seen this in the art space until now. Before, I'd see people call themselves their last name gallery or first name studio, and they'd market themselves as artists. But in the crypto space, a lot of people like being anonymous, and that has its that has its place because Banksy is one of my favorite artists. I don't know who he is. However, he's got consistency. You know, I always expect him to do something that shocks me, which is why I guess you have to be consistent with whoever you plan to disguise yourself as. So people know me on my Facebook usually for being positive towards artists. But maybe if your identifier is maybe they have a tone of being malicious, maybe they have a tone of being mischievous, you know, maybe that's your market. Just keep consistent with whatever it is you are. If it's you or if it's your identity on crypto world, keep consistent with it.
yeah. There's actually a lot of people that you can find in the NFT community that make their brand on just being negative.
Yeah,
Like sometimes constructive negative or I don't know how to say it. That doesn't even make sense. They have like good ideas, but they always say it in a way that's just negative.
exactly. And it all links together, and you almost scroll by it, and you know it's their post before even looking at if it was their post. That's
Yeah.
always a nice feeling. You feel like you've just walked into their house when you walk into their Twitter feed. And yeah, that's a good feeling when people get that brand on the go.
Yeah, absolutely. And like a lot of people like that part, or
Yeah.
just because they're usually funny about it. It's not just that they are just negative, and that's it. They're usually funny about it, and they use a lot of sarcasm and irony and.
I follow those people too, right? And I enjoy their posts.
Yeah. But actually, like sometimes, because then you get to, or I got to, like clicked on it, and then I saw the comments, and it started a little bit spiral. So I actually tried to avoid that a little bit. But you actually get to create the community as you want. If you want positive people, or if you want like this constructive negativism, irony, and just witty comments about what's going on, well, it's up to you.
Yeah, and people will come around for the drama too. If you want to be
Yeah.
someone who posts inflammatory stuff on Twitter, people might come to argue with you, and you might get a lot of followers through that way. But if you just put up an inflammatory post being an impositive person, you might shock and scare your audience away. You don't know you have your audience that is used to you being so sweet.
Yeah, and I think like if you do it once, and then you can even then use it like tactically, uh, if because then the shock of the audience that's not used to that other style can actually bring a lot of attention, and people would thought about, because people will think, why did you say that? Because I
Possibly.
don't expect that. But if you are just being just inconsistent without any
Yeah.
meaning or anything, it just does like people can't, because people want to understand you. So if it makes
Mhm.
sense at the end, then
They do. If you go off course, it should be for a reason, I think, you know?
yeah,
If
yeah.
you're a very positive person and you're mad about something on your Twitter today, then either it should be a personal problem, maybe you want to share with people, maybe you need help. And another thing is maybe you're really passionate about artists doing good and someone's doing something really bad to artists. So this is okay for you to get mad about a little bit. Try to keep it into your brand. So another thing that kind of changed, I used to look at a lot of artist groups last year, and we were not talking about NFTs. And we always talked about find your ideal market, because at that time, everyone likes buying art, and anyone who had a wall might buy your art. So if you make fan art, you could find them in the fan art communities on Reddit. Or if you I make coffee art. So I used to find coffee communities on Facebook, and I knew my audience who liked this cute stuff that I did. They were very consistent. They were on Facebook. They were 25 to 35-year-old women, and they enjoyed that. So I used to find them on Facebook through those coffee groups. Now those women aren't into cryptocurrency, so I can't market there right now. However, I do sell them my prints. I make prints on paper. You can order my prints on Etsy. And I do make other products with my art. So I can still market to them in that way. But I guess it's weird that the buyer market is so small and we have to go into Twitter and market to all these people on Twitter who the only thing we have in common is that they like to buy cryptocurrency and they might like to buy NFTs. But soon, with mass adaptation, when more people get into buying NFTs and selling NFTs, then you'll be able to go back onto Facebook, onto my coffee group, and find people who like my coffee art. And you'll be able to go onto fan groups and find people who like fan art. Well, right now, I guess they're all compressed on Twitter and Reddit.
Yeah. Like talking to a lot of artists that started with a big Instagram community, and then they heard about NFTs, and they sort of had to move to another platform because their audience on Instagram, even if the people buying their art in different formats, they were not interested in the NFT. They didn't know how to create the wallet. They didn't know they didn't want to even like have anything to do with that, right? So
you're gonna shock and bore them too if you try to teach them about it. So
yeah, exactly.
So they went to Twitter, hey?
Yeah, so they went to Twitter because they heard everyone in NFT art communities in Twitter, so let's go there. And then they actually started building new community in Twitter that was interested in that. I mean, maybe some people from the Instagram go there, but it's a slow process. And I think you are spot on the thing that in the future, like we will not maybe even call it like NFT, or just call it like it will just be art, or just it will be like some sort of token or something like that. But you will just buy it, and you will not even need like some sort of like wallet, or it will not be this complicated process of create MetaMask wallet, back up the seed phrase, do all these things, and if you don't do it, then you lose it. And a lot of people lost a lot of money, art, and whatever in this process.
I feel so sad too. Yeah, when I had a following on Facebook where I tell a lot of, they're my friends and they're my family, and I tell them all the stuff about my success and failures, so they follow along and they know about all of the businesses that I've endeavored into, and so when I posted about NFTs, I actually had 2 people on my Facebook who weren't bored and actually messaged me to learn about NFTs, and they bid on my piece on Mintable, and they had never bought they bought cryptocurrency before. They've never bought NFTs before, so they were already curious. And, I helped onboard them into this thing of NFTs, meanwhile telling them all about Ethereum gas prices, which I was using at the time. And, the guy who got my NFT was quite shocked at the high gas prices. I definitely wouldn't be teaching my nan or my aunt to buy an NFT through Ethereum right today as it is today. So I guess like, yeah, you're everyone's going to Twitter to find people who already know this.
Yeah, yeah. I think actually like one thing about the social networks and using different social networks, even if you have like
Yeah,
one that's working really well for you, is that if when you diversify, you can actually do a little bit different message. Because as you were saying about the consistency, then
yeah,
different people go to different channels, or it can be even like the same people have the Instagram and Twitter, but they go
yeah.
for different things and they expect to see different things there. So you get to craft different message and you get to create different community. It can't be like too different. I think
Yeah.
you would have to create new brand, but even in the single brand, you can create different messages and a little bit different branding.
Yeah, and I like Instagram. The reason NFTs I feel didn't really work well with Instagram is it was already saturated with art. Um, People are already going there to look at art, and they didn't really have time to read that you are selling an NFT and then to copy and paste your link into Foundation and find where your NFT is. It just Twitter was much better for that. Um, so, Instagram is still something that models and artists and anyone who's taking visual pictures, they're trying to keep up because no one wants Instagram to die. But I noticed here we really love TikTok. How do you like it over there?
Yeah, when I joined, I heard about it and I wanted to
Yeah,
go there, but actually, like yeah, I'm not really doing what I'm preaching because right now I'm just on Twitter. Yeah, I have the
yeah,
other accounts and I totally want to do it. I even got like some scheduling software, but it's just so hard for me to find. Well, I think it's just an excuse, a little bit, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, just to find a way how to what I should post on the other ones. But for the TikTok, I think it's going to be really big in the future, or it even is, but it still has
yeah.
this a little bit stigma, like young people, but
Yes.
it's not really
In
true.
random, such a different opinions I hear of it from different places. I never noticed until I had friends from all around the world to tell me different reasons why they didn't use TikTok. Um, but I went to it, and I've heard the complaint that you open TikTok and it's just a bunch of either hot girls dancing or kids dancing, and I that's just location. I'm not sure what's going on, but once you like a couple videos or search a couple hashtags, it'll start showing you content that you enjoy. It's pretty quick picking that up. And I found small business communities in there, and I found artist helping artist communities in there. And gee, there's a community for everything on TikTok. And it's just a bunch of people making funny or heartfelt videos that are very short and supporting each other. I learned about NFTs through TikTok.
Oh,
Didn't
nice.
promote it on TikTok. I just heard everyone talking about how excited they were about their first NFT sale. So it's a good place to have short bits of news, short bits of information. And honestly, I think people who are just doing stuff like rapping or having a band and like just I need to see the behind the scenes. I would like to see the behind the scenes of musicians, the behind the scenes of visual artists. I want to see the working process. I want to see, even if your working process is all on the computer, I don't care. Show me a time lapse of you clicking around. It's fine. Um, all of those things. And they work well on TikTok and they work well on YouTube as well. But YouTube, you can't flick through YouTube. I can flick through TikTok for hours. And it's nighttime then, and I have to go to bed.
Yeah, I think well, especially in the for the TikTok, so if you have some insight in there. So how would you enter it if you have like no connections, you have no idea what to do, and you want to do something on TikTok? So how would you go about it?
I would I haven't been on in a few months, but so I'm not sure about the hot hashtags right now. There's plenty of trending hashtags you can jump onto, I'm sure. But I enjoyed the artists supporting artists and small business TikTok. Um, that's a place for you to interact with trends. Maybe they have a sound that's just for artists to show them packaging stuff up, or maybe it's a sound just for um, creating. They have a lot of trends that you can follow, and you'll see that when you go into that hashtag small business talk or small business TikTok. You'll start getting videos for that. You'll start seeing ways that you can make content for your business. I think it's a really good. You see other people making stuff for their business, and you just need to make the same thing, but just like very easy for you to inspire yourself there.
Yeah, I think it's good advice for well, all of the networks to do some research how to do it, and also maybe one comment to what you were saying about people complaining that just young people doing stupid stuff on the front page. Well, I think this is true or this was true for Facebook, then Instagram, and all other networks.
Yeah.
It's just like something new, and usually if like old sophisticated people running
Yeah.
$1 billion businesses are not interested in that in the beginning, but now
Mhm.
these are the $1 billion businesses and the old people that are on the Facebook,
Yeah,
and
like
just using it to make a ton of money.
there's a lot of old people on TikTok right now, and there's a lot less young people, so they found something else. I'll figure out what that is soon. But the kids are gone. They found somewhere cooler.
Oh,
We'll
I would like to know
figure out where
what
that.
is that.
I've heard about Hive Network. I haven't went on it, but I think there might
Okay.
be two Hive networks. I need to discover that. It's still down to the main ones. Another one, surprising enough, that's really good for artists. I haven't explored it myself, but it's still one of the top social media platforms and apps that are used is Pinterest. Who'd
Oh,
have thunk?
really? Oh,
Yeah, it's good for you to post your blog post, and it's good for you to post your website links, and it's good for you to post your YouTube instructional videos, and it's a good sharing platform. So someone could follow your art, and then they could learn all about oil painting or all about digital animation of characters. Um, yeah, you can make your own Pinterest account for that. Um, Reddit is another one. If you're just on Twitter right now and you're just playing around with Twitter, you should go to Reddit. Make another Reddit profile just for your artist account and start interacting, sharing your NFTs with the NFT communities, following news, but also go on to the artist communities because remember, you're making art and other artists would like to give you an upvote too. So share your art there as well.
oh, it's cool. So far,
Mm-hmm.
we are coming to the end, but I would like you to tell people that are watching about the project that you mentioned in the beginning, and
Oh,
then maybe tell them something about the marketing, what you are doing, because you are the main person actually organizing all the marketing and promotion there. So
thank
it
you.
would be really practical, and maybe other people can use that as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is the biggest marketing project that I've had just jumped into. But since I had 100 people making art for it, I figured that's 100 people to help me. Hey, so what we decided to do was it's 100 people splitting it into 100 pieces, so we all get 1% of this NFT. Fair split of this NFT. Um, we took a $100 bill because we wanted to do a concept on like a thoughtful concept on the world currency. So we're all from different areas of the world. We all have differences, but for some reason, we all need to pay for stuff somehow. So we decided to take a US $100 bill. It's very noticeable. It's used a lot in media. So we threw that up there and we split it in 100 pieces. Each artist decided what they wanted in their piece, made an animation. Some of them added audio, some of them are still. And then we put them all back together in an incredible effort of digital rendering. And now they make up a $100 bill by 100 people. Some of the parts move, some of the parts don't, some of the parts make sounds. So it all came together to make this beautiful MP4 video that we are going to sell as an NFT. This NFT belongs to all of us. So this was the big project that I had, and I said, well, that's a story. You know, everyone got into NFTs through the inspiration of hopefully making more money for themselves. I think I can say that confidently, that you saw NFTs and you wanted to try to make money through art. So I think that kind of inspired everyone to talk about currency. And now we have people from all over the world talking about currency. And I don't know if I can say this, but it seems like a very relevant time for that in 2021. We just spent last year trading toilet paper. Some of us had countries that had to pay for our living expenses for the past year. You know, some of us had to live through COVID and get some subsidy. And now we're going into a time where NFTs are big. Bitcoin's being talked about all the time. And I just feel like it's very relevant this year. So we decided to talk about currency. All right, so it's like 100 people, right? And they're all going to help market this awesome story that I just told you about. So I started off with a lot of press kits because, like I told you, it's an awesome story. I think anything this awesome should be written about. So I sent out hundreds of press kits. That's a bit of an advanced marketing thing. You don't really bother the press unless it's really interesting. Then we had to make a Twitter account. We made a subreddit. We made a Facebook group for people to join on, and we also made a Facebook page. We made an Instagram because we have 100 pieces to display. And we have a killer website that's done by our developer, Chris, who, I mean, I could never have done that with my artist experience or my marketing experience. And altogether, we're marketing. Now, like I said, a lot of people are new to NFTs and a lot of people are afraid of putting this project out there all the time. So I have to, another part of my job, along with telling the world the story of this project, is inspiring the 100 artists to help promote. And as I said, we're all from different parts of the world. Many of us at a loss of what to say. So I've created a lot of copy and paste ways for us to share content, for us to share our slogan, because we have a movement, we have a message to spread. So I made a nice slogan. It's wealth goes around when artists come together. And as long as we keep spreading that message, we'll get it in front of the right people 7 times. And as long as we do that, we can get some press, and hopefully we'll get the buyers, those big collectors with their eyes on it. And hopefully we can inspire some NFT artists and some NFT curious artists to dive into this adaptation of NFTs and just trying to succeed as an artist. Yeah, so like Twitter, Reddit, YouTube. You need to see us on YouTube too. Those are the things.
Awesome. Awesome.
Another thing is we're creating community. So I've been giving a lot of copy and paste things through emails to our members, to the 100 members. But today on our Discord, I started a scavenger hunt. So every day, same time, I put up 6 tasks. These tasks could be commenting and interacting with a press or journalist person, or it could be sharing a Not Art Club post, or it could be commenting on a YouTube video. All of these tasks relate to getting Not Art Club seen. You want to make it look like it's, well, it is a likable project. 100 people put their hearts into this. So you want to have those hundreds of interactions to prove that to the world. So it's just a lot of work. coordinating the circle of social media.
Yeah, sounds huge, and it actually is because, as you know, if you've watched one of our previous shows, I'm
Yeah.
one of those 100 artists who've part of the community. Yeah, this is me doing the part as well, and trying
Yeah.
to give the viewers both the insight into this project, a little bit
Yes.
idea about
Great.
what it is, but also well, giving the viewers ability to get a little bit that know-how about how to market themselves from the person that has much more experience than I do, and probably than they do as well. Or even if there are some pro marketers, it's usually
Yeah.
good to get like some inspiration or just a different
Yes.
point of view.
One thing I would like to suggest to some artists, because I know they're so new, and it feels sometimes like maybe you only have 3 months here working at your art, but I'd like to say look up the directions of how to make an artist CV or an artist resume. You don't need to put this out there yet, but there are things on the resume such as any exhibits, anytime your art has been in public, or teaching, anytime you've taught a class or done a workshop, or maybe you've done a YouTube instructional video or anything of that nature. And there's ways that you can just fill this out and just understand, all the things that you've done as an artist and all the things you can do as an artist to make this resume bigger. And when a collector buys, when a collector tries to sell again, that'll help them sell. That resume, that's some bragging rights, that's some stuff you can say, I have an artist who taught kids. That's a lot of us have taught kids in a summer school atmosphere or in a community atmosphere, and that's a wonderful thing to put on your resume. Also, with so many people doing YouTube and which is multimedia productions of their art, that can go on your resume, and that just all looks nice. And psychologically, I think it really helps you as an artist to see all of those things as a little bullet point.
Yeah, and it's actually so surprising to me because like one of the reasons why I'm trying to do these interviews and the exhibition with the artists is to give them the way how to do exactly this in a way that's maybe not so formal or just feels a little bit more natural. And a lot of times I'm just like super surprised by what the people are saying. Like there was like some relative, like it seemed like simple animations, but then when I learned the story of the artist, where he's like practically was working in like Disney, not in Disney, and another big studio like that, doing animations for kids, and I was like, why don't I know this? Or why isn't it like anywhere?
That's amazing. See, that's the stuff that I don't know. This whole term NFT artist, I don't really like it, because you're just an artist. You're making art, aren't you? And you're selling art, aren't you? So you're just an artist. We just mentioned before that soon NFTs will just be stuff. So you're not a stuff artist. You're an artist. Now we have the term for now. NFT artist, great hashtag, great term. We all know where to find each other. But yeah, like it's nice for us to have that resume up there. And that guy probably feels like he's new because he only has 3 months of Twitter following. Meanwhile, he's worked for Disney.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
And there are like so many people that have like decades of experience, and I can't see it anywhere in their profile.
You know what I call those people? I call them, if they got their resume together, I call them a good investment, because, the most beautiful thing about NFTs is the fact that I can sell my paintings at a gallery or at on my e-commerce store. But if I sell it as an NFT, the collector, in a way, has the bragging rights, sure, but they also have the motivation to resell. Maybe they can resell it for a lot. Maybe they got my NFT on a bad day and paid $5, and now they're selling it for 500, and they're making so much money just because they name dropped some impressive thing that they saw on my resume. Something I didn't tell people about that much, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And those are like often even people that are selling their art for just not like making art for decades and having it in their basement or those are people that make the art for decades because they are selling it for the decades as well, just physical form. And then they heard about the NFT. They created the Twitter account. I had no idea what to do with that, and put some of their stuff that are wonderful as NFTs to some marketplace, and then posted a couple of tweets, and people are like, yeah, okay, sounds good. This guy has like 20 followers or 100 followers. There's like nothing here about the art. Yeah, I don't know this guy. Well, let's check him. I don't know, month later, or maybe when he saw something, then it will be like social proof. But this guy maybe sold hundreds of pieces already. Just not of NFTs, but just art is art.
It is just art. One thing you can say is The Weeknd did not sell an NFT and call himself an NFT artist. He's The Weeknd. He's a rapper, musician, singer sometimes, depending on the verse.
Yeah, well,
Same with all those other famous people selling an NFT. You know,
yeah.
they had their career before, and now they're selling their music or art in a different way.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I think we can wrap it up in this idea that so just tell your story.
Great.
Tell your
Yeah,
story.
this is great.
Because your story is probably like really cool. Maybe even if you don't think that, maybe if you are a really new artist that just was a truck driver and now finally sees a way how to maybe do something creative, then it's a story. Tell it to people, and there might be other truck drivers that got rich by selling Bitcoin at 60,000 for I don't know how much money, and maybe they would be interested in buying your NFT. There's niche for everyone.
And just after so much isolation around the world, no one's going to reject you for trying to reach out to them. I mean, people want that human connection, so they can feel connected to your art. That'll make their day.
Awesome. So thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
You were a wonderful co-host, and you've shared wonderful ideas and strategies and just the experience that you have with marketing. So I hope people that are watching will take at least one thing that they think could work for them and give it a try and put it into works on their maybe Twitter profile. Maybe they create a TikTok account and try to research those hashtags, artists help artists, right? It was like that.
Yeah, small business, TikTok, artists helping artists, all of those ones. And also, if you want to join a community of NFT artists who are interested in helping each other try new things, you can go to notart.club. Notart.club. That's a website address. You'll find our Discord link in there. We just opened up for people. And I hope that we're going to get to maybe a workshop series, more things like this where we can help artists learn about being well-rounded in their artist business.
That would be wonderful. It would be awesome.
That would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so actually I put it here for a while. The website was browsing it, showing different videos, so people can now see where's the Discord link. So for sure, it's open Discord now, It's not closed just for NAC, so feel free to join that one and learn something about other artists, about marketing, about how to create a community, how to create a Discord well functioning with quite a lot of people, and yeah, a lot of other cool stuff.
All right. This was a great interview. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so
Great.
much everyone that's viewing us. If you liked what you are talking about, just give us a like, comment, tell us what you think, so we know that what do you think, if you like it or if you don't like it, if you would like to be on the show, you can tell me as well. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, all
Yeah.
those good stuff. So
And
thank you very
all of
much.
those interactions really help him. So do all of that. Like, subscribe, share, do all of that. This will help it get seen.
Yeah, thank you. And if you just come for now, because I see we have a lot of viewers just coming at the end, it's like nothing wrong happened. You can just watch the whole video from the beginning on Twitch, and I will be uploading it to YouTube later. So thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Have a great day. Bye.